You are watching Sipping Off the Cuff on TequilaAficionado.com. I'm Alex Perez.
I am Mike Morales. Look what I have in my hot little hand, Alex. Check that out. Piedra. Oh, what's the same thing you have?
Ah,
Piedra Azul. That's right, the blue rock. By the way, for those of you who are watching, you're not seeing us in the same room. You're seeing us on a split screen because I'm in the San Antonio headquarters and Alex is at the Area 51 in Southern California. Uh, so we don't want to say where he's located. He's in his bunker.
top secret.
You're in the tequila bunker. All right. We are going to do Piedra Azul, Reposado.
I haven't had it yet.
We've tasted it, and we had the Blanco. If you've watched our previous show, we tasted the Blanco. Very highly recommended. It was a nice Blanco, fragrant. And now we're going to do the Reposado.
You have the Reposado delivers now.
Well, the website says that it's 4 months in oak barrels, but Alex, this is kind of a. I know my lighting isn't the greatest here, but I think for 4 months, the color on this tequila is kind of dark.
It is
I
dark.
mean, I'm wondering if they're using new barrels, maybe. I would say it's a light gold color, but it's not straw. I mean, there's some color to it.
Yeah, it's a pleasant gold, light gold color. And the legs aren't as well. Actually, the legs are pretty thick.
Yeah, the legs are as thick as the Blanco.
Yeah.
You probably can't see me, swirling this around because my lighting is on this side, but and sometimes I can actually see better through the screen, believe it or not. My lighting on the screen is even better, but now, even though it's in the barrel for only 4 months, it's not losing that original nose that we got, that fragrant nose that we got on the Blanco. At least I'm not sensing it.
It's the roast of the agave is coming through.
Yeah.
It's not masked by the wood. I can smell the vanilla that's been imparted. I guess it just had a little kiss of wood, so to speak.
Just to be on the fair side of things, these samples have not been aerated. We're not running them through an aerator like we have in the past. So these are, as you would, for the people who don't have an aerator, wouldn't use it as part of their tools. We're gonna swirl, to try to dissipate some of the alcohol. That's why you see Alex doing a lot of the swirling. That's a good nose, Alex.
Yeah.
It's got a good nose. Let's give it a shot.
It carried over from the Blanco. It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. It's a really full reposado.
Well, I think it's got a good. It starts off with a really decent agave punch to begin with, but the wood, like I say, I think they're using. I would venture to say that they're using new barrels because they're only keeping it 4 months and then they're pulling it out. So it's just enough to round off the edges. But the Blanco wasn't bad. I enjoyed Blancos myself, so I think this is a really strong contender, though. This is a like you said with the Blanco. I think it'd be great in a cocktail. I think the Reposado probably wouldn't. You wouldn't suffer using the Reposado either in a cocktail.
This is an excellent reposado. It's got a good structure. You've got the same roasted agave coming through from the Blanco.
Mm-hmm.
and it's just got a kiss of wood in there. It's just a perfect balance.
Yeah, and that's probably the right word. That's probably the exact. It is a balanced tequila. You know what? You know what this reminds me of, Alex? You remember the old days when the Bañuelos family used to own cazadores? Remember that?
Yeah.
This reminds me of the old cazadores.
Mm.
You know, things have changed. Of course, cazadores is now mass produced. They're still trying to do the same process, but in fact, it's one of the tequilas that still is produced using the Mozart method, which I've talked about on the show before. But this reminds me of really old-fashioned kind of tequila. You know, the way they were supposed to have been made, and it does remind me a little bit of cazadores when it was still within the family before it became mass produced.
That was a while back.
That was a while back now. For those of you who may have enjoyed some old cazadores, you know, where the deer looked, it was all hand drawn, you know, the deer had kind of a crooked antler. If you remember that kind of in your face tequila, this might be the one. I think it'd be great in traditional cocktails too, like your margaritas or your palomas. This would be a great paloma tequila.
Very nice.
Very nice. I think we highly recommend this tequila as well. The Blanco Reposado. That's out of La Madrileña. And you can find the NOM number on the back there. I think we said, what was it?
1142.
1142. Okay. So.
Well, what do you think of this, Mike? Possible brand promise?
I think the Reposado is a possible brand of, I think the Repo is a possible brand of promise because it really, it's got that old, it's like an old school tequila. It really reminds me of old school, you know, and I enjoy that. For those of us who long for the old school and not the non-mass produced tequila, I think this is going to be right up your alley. I think as a Reposado, it will, I think it has a better chance because this year for Brands of Promise, we've got a lot of tequilas lined up, and here on Tequila Aficionado, shortly you'll be able to see the Brands of Promise awards that we're going to give out. This is our first annual Brands of Promise award for 2013. Very proud of that. Alex, myself, and all of us here at Tequila Aficionado have started something new. And you'll be able to see the videos here shortly. We'll announce what we term as our winners, who are Brands of Promise tequilas, and that should happen, somewhere in February, somewhere early February. So I think it's a strong contender for 2014. I'm Mike Morales.
I'm Alex Perez. You've been watching Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado, and as always, sip wisely.